Do you want to start your own business, but you're not quite sure what you're even good at? Or even where to start? Dr. Asif Parali launches his new book, which covers over 400 business ideas that can be started with little or no money. This book will provide you with all the tools necessary to become a successful business owner or entrepreneur.
I am Dr. Asif Parali, founder of a private business school that was named a pioneer of tertiary education. We have partnered with British universities and have trained thousands of students with bachelor's, master's, and doctoral programs. My desire is all that read this book will prosper and bless your family, your society, and your nation.
This book will be available on all major online retailers in ebook and paperback edition. For more information on how to acquire this book, contact us at 1-868-226-7729. Email us at info@asifparali.com or visit our website at www.asifparali.com.
I'm continuing on the topic, how to live in pandemic times. And, maybe you run a company or maybe you work for a company and you have to get the job done with less staff and with less resources. And so I'm going to show you some of the things we can adopt to make it happen. Remember, I told you before, there's always a better way to do a job. There are always alternative ways. And so, one of the things that you can do is you apply a technique called method study. And with method study, you literally take pen and paper and you walk around a factory or you walk around an operation and you try to document the flow of things, to see how things are done. The intention is, can you short circuit? Can you improve the flow? Can you make the distance shorter and get the job done more efficiently? Now, a very simple illustration of method study can be seen in, when you look at the traffic flow. In many countries, there are many roads, many highways that lead to the city. But often, when you reach into the city, there's just one road. Now, a bottleneck is a good thing. I mean, if you're drinking and you have a bottle, it controls the flow. Unlike a glass, everything can come at you. So a bottleneck is a good thing, but a bottleneck can also be a bad thing. A bottleneck is something bad in the case of traffic. So you have, 4 highways coming and then only one road to go into the city. So of course you have miles of traffic. So what you want to do to improve traffic flow is you want to create other avenues into the city so that everybody don't have to go through the one single road. Now that same problem often occurs in factories where goods flow in different directions, but then when it comes to packaging could be very slow. So or bottling could be very slow. So as you look through an operation, you want to improve the method. And of course, it's a technique that you can develop skills in. Another thing that you can do as you try to do business in pandemic times with less resources, and often you find that you can do the same job for less. Often, really, when you have good times and when economies are booming, there's always a lot of wastage, a lot of inefficiency. But at this time, you would want to eliminate all the wastages and try to find more efficient ways to do things. Now, cost reduction can be defined as reducing costs without impairing quality. So if you're making a good, you're making a product, you want to keep the quality, but you want to reduce costs. And in so doing, you can look at alternative suppliers of raw material, alternative supply of packaging material, and often you'll find that in the world today, you can go online and search, and you'll always find that there are always somewhere in the world that will give you a better deal, for the same price, for less price, much less price sometimes. And then, there are efficiencies that you can create in saving power, in saving heat. I'll give you a very simple example. Many businesses have the old type of light bulbs, and those bulbs, they don't last as long as the modern bulbs today, and they burn a lot of energy. But today, you have energy-saving bulbs that give you the same amount of light and use a quarter of the power. And so a quick way to save money sometimes, just if you have the old bulbs, just take out the old bulbs and put the new ones, and just instantly you get savings. Of course, you have the investment cost of changing the bulbs, but remember, the life of these bulbs are often 5-10 times more than the regular bulbs. So, there are many things that you can do, from looking at the design of products, to looking at the packaging material, to look at the manufacturing processes, and all of it is intended to how can you cut costs, reduce costs without, that's the important thing, without impairing quality. Now, if when you reduce costs, you change the quality, then that's no longer cost reduction. And then, of course, you have a cost control. And cost control, again, is a finance term where, instead of just spending money and checking your money, cost control is a method where you try to anticipate what something should cost beforehand. And that can be done through budgeting. That can be done through things like standard costing, where you try to predetermine what should something be cost based on its design, based on its technical specification. What should something cost? And then when you work out what it should cost, and then take the actual cost, and then you check and see where their difference is and what can you do to make a difference. So there are many techniques that we can use today. But let me get maybe a little bit more simpler. Perhaps you run a restaurant today, or you run a retail business, and you want to ask yourself the question, what can I do in these pandemic times to help my business survive? Now, there are some easy concepts that I want to tell you about, and one is diversification. Try to find other products and other services that you can do while keeping your same business, same cost, same staff, same operations. But what else can you do to diversify your business? Or how can you change your business model to do business when there are so many restrictions, when they restrict the amount of, often they say no indoor dining. Sometimes they limit the amount of dining that you have. How do you keep your restaurant and your staff going, for example, with these limitations? Well, one of the things that restaurants can do is learn to be innovative. And in fact, I know of actual cases where restaurants have developed and designed online systems where people can order products online. I remember one very high-end restaurant found that worked so successful, he's actually shutting down his indoor dining and just doing orders and deliveries because it's going so well. So, you put your restaurant online where people can order and you can deliver. Now, there are ways to do things instead of you hiring people to deliver, or there are all kinds of ways to get products delivered. There's software around where you can engage people and somebody place an order, and you have drivers around that will pick it up, who registers on, and they'll deliver it for you. Or you can, have a couple drivers work around and they will just deliver your orders for you and they get paid for what they do. So, online delivery, online orders, and then there are other versions where, you ask people to order online and you give them a waiting time. You say, order your meal online, and of course you have your menu presented to them online, and you give them a time to pick up, and they come. I know places where you actually go, you park at the front of the restaurant, and somebody comes out, and they deliver the goods for you and charge you. And then there's things like, catering. You can take on catering businesses. So, where people can give you an order, they have a party, they have a function, they have something special, a special dinner, and they want you to cook a special meal for them. You can engage into doing that. So, just think of all kinds of things that you want to do. There's even cases where restaurants learn to make products and sell at restaurants. I've seen that happen, right? People would bake cakes or they bake pastries, and they actually sell them at supermarkets. So what I'm saying is diversify, do something different. Whatever business you are in, it is possible to widen your market base. It is possible to get new customers, additional customers, provide additional services. And that's how you have to learn to be innovative. Now, even today, restaurants can even do things like advertising online and saying, look, you want healthy meals, I can tell you the protein content and the fat content and the vitamin content. Do something differently that could attract people to come to you, and you'd be amazed. If you take the challenge, you can get it to work for you. So what you have to think is, no matter what happens, don't let this pandemic take you down, but put a mindset to be creative, having your mindset to be innovative. And then, you know what? Then always log on online and see what other people are doing. What are other people doing in other countries? What I've noticed here in certain countries, the government and the cities have relaxed their rules and regulations, and so they allow outdoor dining. And I've seen really busy places where they just block a part of the pavement. They just put a barrier and they put some umbrellas, and people are sitting on the pavement, just leaving a very narrow passageway for people to pass. And I've even seen where they actually take part of the street and the city allowed them to do it, just to support. So, yes, we need entrepreneurs to do things to help businesses at this time, but we also need the city organization and government departments and the borough and all the different organizers to work along with businesses as we face one of the most difficult and challenging times of our lifetime. Now, the thing is, they said, how long will this last? And we are told it's going to be quite a while before this pandemic goes away. And so we got to get used to what's called the new normal. So creativity, innovation, diversity, these are some of the tools that we need to take us ahead of the time. And of course, this is not a management program, but this is a biblical program. And I always have to tell you that an important aspect of your survival is depending upon the Lord. And when we lean upon Him and we depend upon Him, God does say that He will take care of us. The Bible does not say that God is able to take care of you in good times. The Bible never ever say that God is able to take care of you in times of prosperity. But rather, God says that I am able to take care of you at all times, in all cases, in all situations. And the answer is, we don't always have the answer to problems of the world. Right now, a lot of people don't have the answer. But you know something? God always has answers. God always have methods, and God always have strategies that we can lean upon him for. So there's no time like building intimacy with God. Pray every day. Wake up in the morning early. I have learned, and I do this most days, not all the time, to wake up 4 o'clock and 5 o'clock before I start my day. Spend some time in prayer with God and ask him to lead you and to guide you and to direct you. And show God commitment. Show him that, it's always a great policy in life that whatever profits you make in your business, it's a great, I know many don't like this, but a great way to survive and a great way to go is whenever you make some money, support the work of God. Always do that. Support the churches, support Christian television, support Christian radio. So, help the poor, help the needy. There's so many things that we need to do. I see many, many churches, some of my friends, they do hampers, and every week they go out and find those who are hungry and who are suffering and who are handicapped, and they give them food. And so I have friends that they don't have anything to give, but they go and they volunteer their labor, and they work at food banks and other places. When you understand that we have to pull together to make this happen, we have to work. Those that still have and those that are still doing well should always remember those in need. And if there is a time that we have to work in unity and work in harmony and work in love. And I did a television series that's called Falling in Love at Any Age. And really the answer to a lot of the problem in the world is love. Let's love one another. And when we love one another, we do what's best, we do what's right. And so, what amazes me, as I look back at this pandemic, when I heard of this pandemic, the first thing that I did, I'm telling you the truth, the first thing I did is I got masks and I got gloves. Not only for myself, but I'm telling you, within 1 week, I got masks and I gave to every one of my staff. And I said, please, you have to know when it's wise for you to wear this mask. Now, I am not an expert in medicine, but I picked up from day one, masks are important to it. And yet still I see, some nations are taking 6 months and 8 months, and some are still debating whether, masks are important to wear. So, I believe the masks are helpful, but of course you have to wear the right kind of mask. There's some masks that, can protect you, and there's some masks that won't protect you. So, you have to be smart. Well, I do something that I don't see anybody else doing. I actually wear 2 masks. So I actually wear an N95 mask. I was able, because I move early, I was able to buy some N95 masks in the early days, right? And I kept them. I have them from the very, very, very early days when masks were still available. I bought N95 masks. And so I have a stock of N95 masks. So I put on an N95 mask, and then on top of that, I put on a surgical mask. And you might laugh at me and say, why I do that? Well, I really want to protect myself. So what I do is I will dispose of the surgical mask, and I will reuse my N95 mask because you can't get them to buy anymore. But I'll clean my N95 mask, I'll sanitize it properly. So I will use my N95 for quite a while because I believe that really the N95 is much more effective in protecting you. So be careful. Be smart, avoid crowded areas, as they said, don't break the rules if you have your factory. Don't get too many workers crowded together. We have to support the system. If we want to get rid of this coronavirus, We have to do the right thing, whether people are watching, whether they're, in some countries there are fines if you don't wear your mask in public. I know one country it's $1,000 fine if you don't wear your mask the first time, and the second time they get you without your mask is $2,000, and the third time is $3,000. They're putting pressure on people, and they'll fine you if you fail to wear a mask in public. Now, I don't think they want to fine people, but they just want people to wear the mask. So, yes, we are having a challenge of our lifetime. That is without question. But we are a talented people. We are resourceful. People are resourceful. And we have to keep our heads on. If we work together, and listen, if people would really keep the rules, let us say for one only month. Hear me well. If people will keep the rules for just one only month, I mean, be wise, keep social distances, wash your hands, don't hold doors. And I watch all the time. People are holding rails, and I actually sit in my car and I see people are opening doors to businesses, and they go about their way. You're going to get sick. So you don't hold door handles, don't hold rails, or if you do, sanitize, have sanitizer. Like I've been telling you, I always have sanitizer on me, or I have napkins. So if I have to open the door or touch a door, I don't use my hands, I use napkins. And so it is so important that everybody do the right thing. And if everybody will do the right thing for as little as a month, we can see changes in every country. And we can see changes in the world, but people are still going to crowds and still breaking the rules, and people are still shaking hands. I've seen it on television. People are still hugging. We want to get rid of this problem in this world, and it must be concerted effort. But in the meantime, we have to live, and you have to earn. And so you have to do like I have done. I have transformed everything that I do to the online world. If you don't have the skills, then hire somebody. There are lots of people who want work. Hire somebody who can use how to use technology, and how to use the internet, and how to use social media, and let it help you grow your business. Because that's how it is. That seems to be the way of the future. Based on what we're seeing in the world, this seems to be that people are going, that we will have to do things from home, do things remotely. So don't let the times leave you behind. Get ahead of the times. You'll be proud of yourself. Remember what I told you. Necessity is the mother of invention. Necessity will cause you to make changes. Necessity will cause you to make improvements. Necessity will cause you to find better ways, better systems, better methods. And then you'll be proud of yourself. You will be proud of yourself. And I have to tell you that I am proud of myself, because I was able within 1 week to convert all operations to online. And you always have to know that technology is the future. So you should always have and try to acquire some technology skills. Hire somebody. If you're hiring staff, always hire people that can bring technology into your organization. So God bless you and bless you and bless you. And we want to take this challenge. We want to go ahead with it, and remember what I taught you. Try to improve your methods. Try to diversify your operation. Try and reduce your costs. But yet still, keep the quality, keep the service. God bless you. I love you so much. Amen and amen.
Do you want to start your own business, but you're not quite sure what you're even good at, or even where to start? Dr. Asif Parali launches his new book, which covers over 400 business ideas that can be started with little or no money. This book will provide you with all the tools necessary to become a successful business owner or entrepreneur.
I am Dr. Asif Parali, founder of a private business school that was named the pioneer of tertiary education. We have partnered with British universities and have trained thousands of students with bachelor's, master's, and doctoral programs. My desire is all that read this book will prosper and bless your family, your society, and your nation.
This book will be available on all major online retailers in ebook and paperback edition. For more information on how to acquire this book, contact us at 1-868-226-7729. Email us at info@asifparali.com or visit our website at www.asifparali.com.